Hello everyone! Today we're going to be working on creating a small detailed architecture drawing that we're going to transfer to a printing plate. So the small drawing you'll do on a 4x6 sheet of paper, and you'll have some reference photos at your table that you could use. When you are finished with the drawing, what we're going to do is tape it onto a small thin sheet of foam, and you can just use a couple pieces of Scotch tape to secure it. What I've already done is I drew my original drawing in pencil, and then I took a red colored pencil and I traced over all of my lines again, and you can see that it pressed and left an indentation. But those lines are not quite deep enough for printing. And so what we're going to do is we'll set our drawing aside, and grabbing a pen, you will then trace over all of those lines again, pressing them firmly. You do want to be careful because if you press too firmly, you can rip your foam and puncture a hole in it. I do not have a big supply of foam, so we want to be very careful so that you use your one sheet of foam wisely. So I'll finish this real quick, pushing and making those indentations just a little deeper. After you've traced over all of your lines with your pen, they'll feel nice and deep, and you can get ready to print. To print, you'll need to have a messy workspace and a clean one, and usually we try to have a couple tables be the inking tables and the rest of them be our clean workspace. At the clean space, you'll want your long sheet of paper. It is 18 by 9, and our goal is to try to fit 3 or 4 prints in a row. So I'll set that aside. I'll need a placemat, I'll need a brayer, which is our printmaking roller. I have a plastic tray here, and I have some block printing ink and a little spatula knife. So I'll put some ink on my palette here, and I'm pulling my roller down so I can try to get some even coverage. The roller should be coated all the way on all sides, and it makes that sticky sound. Then I can take it over here and roll my plate. If there's any spots that look a little dry, you can go back and add some more ink so it looks like it's a nice coverage. Then take it over to your clean workspace where your paper is. I'll slide this over here. And you're going to want to flip over your print. Try to line it up so it looks even. Okay. And then gently flip over both and rub on the back. You want to rub with flat hands, not fingertips, because we want nice even pressure. So you can kind of feel all of the edges, and when you think you've rubbed it enough, you're going to peel off your block. Not too bad. All right, you'll repeat those steps again 2 or 3 times until you have your print finished. Here's what my finished prints look like. And you can see you're gonna end up getting a couple smudges. Just try your best to keep the paper as clean as possible, and that might mean washing your hands in between prints. Now you'll notice I did all my prints the same color. If you wanted to do different colors of ink, you do need to wash your plate. You can use a wet paper towel or a Clorox wipe even, and just try to wipe off as much ink as you can. You could stick it in the sink and let the water run down on it. The ink is water soluble, so it just will wash right out. And then you want to make sure it's dry. To do the second layer of steps, what you're going to want to do is cut away your background. And so with your scissors, you're going to carefully cut out around your house. and we're going to ink up the house in a different color and print right on top of our images. This is how you create multiple color printing, like a 2-color print or a 3-color print or more. It's just having different plates that you ink up in different colors. And I'll show you an example of one. Okay. This was a simple example from a few years ago. Here's a 1-color print. This is a 2-color print. All of these flowers would have been cut out separately and inked up as a different color. And so we'll show that technique real quick. I got a 2nd color. I just wanted to show you how we line it up, because that's probably the trickiest part. So you'll re-ink your plate just like before. My foam house is dry. You don't want to have it wet, otherwise the roller will move around on you too much. Okay, and then go over to your clean workspace. And you're going to try to carefully line it up before you flip it over. Just do the best you can. It's really hard to get it exact the way that we're doing it, and just kind of eyeballing it. Okay? And then you follow the same steps of rubbing it from the back. And carefully pull. Ooh, and if it worked out good, your white lines will show through. And so now you can imagine the possibilities. You could print the house different colors each time. You can cut off different parts of the roof or the windows or the stairs and print all of those with different colors. It's just a matter of doing layers and planning it out. So you want to do all of the work with this piece before you would make any cuts. Okay, so you kind of have to think in series. You print the whole plate first, then all of the houses, and then you can start cutting apart and doing some of these little details. And you can come up with 4 very, very different and unique details on your houses just by changing the colors up. So I want you guys to have fun, explore, and create some awesome multicolor prints.